I'm Donna. Welcome to my container garden. Today I'm going to get these tomatoes here. These are some fall tomatoes. It's October 3rd, so I'm really excited that I'm having tomatoes this late in the season. These I'm just growing in my container garden. I never even caged them. I just kind of let them grow along the deck. And surprisingly, I have been getting a lot of tomatoes off of them. So I'm going to show you something that I love to make every year. I also have some Italian basil growing, so I'm going to grab a little bit of that. And I'll take it inside and show you what we're going to do with it. Okay, let's get cooking. Alright, we're going to make bruschetta, and I am just going to dice up my tomatoes. This is a Greek Thessaloniki tomato is what it's called, and it's very seedy and very juicy. It's really sweet. I just love this little tomato, but it might not always be the best for this type of appetizer because you really want to get some nice dices on your tomato, and you want it to be kind of meaty, so a heart tomato I think might be a little bit better, maybe even a paste tomato. But I'm saving the seeds to this, and so it worked out perfect for me. I reserved my seeds and my tomato juice for next year for my seed saving. So I guess I ended up with about 1.5 cups of tomatoes, and so to that I added 1 tablespoon of cold pressed olive oil and about 1/4 teaspoon of fresh garlic, which is going to make this very strong. This is optional. At some point you need to put garlic in your in this dish, but you can choose to either put it in your olive oil or in the tomatoes. So I'm putting this in the tomatoes, and I also added a lot of fresh basil. Please only use fresh basil, it makes it so good. And I covered it while I got the bread ready. I sliced the bread on the diagonal, and then I brushed it with olive oil, just plain olive oil. Again, if you don't put garlic in the tomatoes, you may want to infuse your olive oil with garlic and then use that olive oil to brush your bread. And the only reason I think you wouldn't want to put the garlic directly into the tomatoes is that if you're going to maybe take it to a party or something later, because that garlic is going to get very strong. And so in that case I would probably just put garlic olive oil on the bread instead. So I toasted my bread for about just 5 to 10 minutes until it was nice and crispy in the oven, and when I pulled it out of the oven I just put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it, which is completely optional, and it was time to eat. So I like to serve this in a bowl, and that way it can just be spooned directly onto the bread, and that way it will keep the bread from getting too soggy. If you were to put it all on the bread ahead of time and then eat it, it can get a little soggy. I like a little olive oil and the tomato juice to seep into the bread, but not for too long a period of time, or else the bread will lose its crunch. So hopefully you can try this recipe. Let me know how you like it if you do. Have a beautiful day, and thanks for watching.